Hey everybody, it's Grant, and this is a change of lot notice. As you can see, that means not good. This video, why businesses fail, what happens. We're gonna get into it today, share why this business failed and why I was able to buy it for about 30% of its actual value. Let's go. So the four things that honestly matter to me the most in business or running a business, especially if you're not gonna be the owner and the manager. First one right there, management. You wanna have great management, great service, right? Great leadership through that manager, and they have to inspect what they expect. The other thing, location. Major importance here. Demographics, because location's one thing, but you gotta actually make sure that that person that's gonna come into your store can afford your product, actually wants your product, and they make the money to afford your product. And then the last thing, if not the biggest thing of all, the product and the quality of the product. So honestly, Main Squeeze, I already own two other ones that I just now bought two more, so that gives me a total of 4 of these. The product's there. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video, since we're going to go ahead and get rid of product, is the location. This particular location is about 200 yards away from being an absolute amazing location. If it was over there on more of the main street, I think it would be better. However, by buying this business the way I did, I'm not gonna be able to uproot it and to move it somewhere else. This thing cost about $250,000 to build out. So if I was gonna move it somewhere else, I'd have to put an additional $250,000 into this, re-sign a new lease somewhere else, and have a lot more issues. As far as location, the location's good, but it's not great. I give this location about a B+. So let's talk about the major problem with this location though. This location is about to undergo a huge facelift to turn it from a 1 lane on both sides to a 3 lane on both sides. Houston is too big and too powerful in population to have very narrow roads. So there's going to be a ton of pain for these businesses, including my own. As you can see, all this stuff being dug up. They've bought all this stuff, they've moved fences, they're doing it all the way across. So once this is done, I think business is actually gonna not necessarily boom, I'm not trying to say that, but it will be a lot more helpful. But in the meantime, it could be so bad that some of these actual businesses that are owned by, moms and pops might actually go out of business. It's gonna be tough. This was the biggest reason why I almost didn't buy this place. I will say like 9 or 10 of these businesses have lock boxes on it. It terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me. If this is a landlord thing or if this is the road construction, I'm telling you, when you're a little unsure, make you nervous real quick seeing that stuff. So the next major reason why businesses fail is poor management. Poor management, poor staffing, poor execution of the expectations of the owner, and honestly, poor ownership. All of this is gonna go into that same category of management. So understand this, if your manager isn't making sure the business is clean, which clearly wasn't happening, there's stuff everywhere, it's on the walls. It literally looks like the walls are oozing in here, it's terrible. If they're not gonna make sure the floors are clean and scrubbed, if they're not gonna do this, what does that actually do for the experience of your clients and your customers? Are they gonna, if someone's not cleaning right, if someone's not greeting customers right, if someone's not taking care and taking pride in their work, what is gonna happen with your transactions with your clients? If they're not willing to do the one thing, they're not willing to do any of those things. So that's also going to be a very poor experience. They come in with a dirty area. They come in to poor and lackluster welcome to Main Squeeze, if they even say it at all. They come in and they get treated poorly at best. That is going to absolutely crush your business and make it to where you can't even afford your rent, your food, your innovations, right? And definitely cleaning. So let's talk about this. This business was actually originally built by a friend of mine from Lake Charles, Louisiana. This person works in the plant industry, oil and gas. And so what ends up happening is he actually built this and kind of thought he was gonna make 100 grand a year, all these great dreams and aspirations to do this. And turns out it didn't do so well. He's in an area that's solid, but still growing. And it makes it hard. If you're gonna ride the wave of that, you're gonna have the income to do it. You're gonna have the ability and the patience and the mental fortitude to do this because it's stressful. And so this person went through several managers, couldn't really get the right thing. He wasn't in the store to actually manage it. He wasn't inspecting what he expected, like I've said in this video. And so ultimately he had to actually sell it, and he sold it for a huge discount to the guy that bought it, that I ended up purchasing it from. He bought it for $250,000. Now understand, these cost $530,000 to build when it comes to the build out. The build out you're seeing right here is gonna range from about $210,000 to $270,000, depending on material cost, what all you're doing to it, the size of your space. The equipment in here, about $130,000. And then after that, you got your signage and all your other stuff's gonna add up quite quickly. Then you got your franchising fees, your training fees, and all the other stuff. So it's not a small amount of money to do these. And so he sold it to the person that actually owned the Katy store, and he's a bit tougher. I like him, we get along very well, but he's went through 14 managers in 6 years. So when it comes to this, his expectations, you will either hit them or he will remove you from his business. So what happened was he couldn't get a manager in here. The other guy couldn't get a manager in here. And if you don't have a manager, you can't get things going, you will not be able to get the results that you're looking for. And ultimately, your business will absolutely fail. So now that we determined the main reason main squeeze failed would be management, would be ownership, would be lack of inspecting what you expect, let's talk about demographics. Once again, I'm gonna go ahead and check the box on demographics here because the population is growing. You have to, if you're gonna go into a new upstarting area, you need to pay attention to this. You might be in for a war that costs you money, not makes you money. But over the next few years, as the place grows, especially in Houston, Texas, where this is common, you gotta be able to weather that storm so that way you can reap those rewards. So understand this, the population here is about 45,000 people. That goes into the Cinco Ranch area and a few other areas as well. That being said, that's not a huge population. Like my Sugar Land location, it's in a very subdivision-y area, I just made that word up, but the population there is like 180,000, and then when you go to like a 5 mile, it goes to like 290,000, and their income is $210,000 per household, which is a better demographic. But this demographic is still $160,000 per household, which is an amazing income for a household, I'm gonna check the box on demographics, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the reason this business failed, and I'll be able to let you know in a future video on how we do, if I'm gonna be framing this lock notice and turning it into a great trophy versus be telling you I made a mistake, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. But the reason this business failed is because the location has a lot of issues with the road traffic, road construction, and it's gonna get much, much worse in the management and the ownership. And the reason that I ended up buying this business for a whole lot less is all due to that. You wanna see that video? Comment below. I'd love to tell you the full deal. Yeah, think you'd like it. See you later. It's been good talking to you. Bye. We found a prime example of my point here. Now, I've never been inside the store when it was operating, but I just read, is it me? Am I the drama? Most likely yes, but no. So between this and wherever I put my lock notice, proof.